For one thing, Jesus Christ did not come here just to set an example of a holy life, but He actually gave His life to make us holy. And therefore, with a premise, we can move on. The potential is there and it can be developed. Otherwise, useless. Sabi ko nga pagka may lalapit sa akin magpapakasal, tatanungin ko yung babae, do you really love him? Ay, sa ngayon po sir, medyo wala. Madidevelop din. Come on. Say it again. Pag sinabi niya ulit, wala. Madidevelop rin. Manap ka na ibang pastor because I don't want to be a part of a tragedy. You cannot develop what is not there. Mark that. Young ladies, if at the start you don't really love him, don't ever commit yourself. And the same with you guys. Otherwise, you are playing, with a life that is precious to God. The Puritans, their main concern was godliness. They sought it, they fought for it, and they found it. So there you are. From history, at least you have this. So the question then is, what is the need? Why such a theme in such a time as this? This is my own reflection. Whether you agree with it or not, it doesn't bother me at all. Because I believe God must have been speaking to me about this. And whenever I conduct my classes, this is a dominant thing that controls me. To the point that sometimes students may say, "You're very strict, sir. You're a terror professor." When you say that to me, I will thank you for that. Because if I will be a terror for those who are lazy, for those who they don't do what they are here for, then I'm happy. Right? Wala, hindi nakatanong. Ibig sabihin, hindi nyo alam dito kayo. Anak ko naman. At least si Dr. Domingo do Cavite. So, maligaya na ako. So, we say, what we need in this hour of spiritual declension, the one most urgently needed, is a deeper knowledge of God. We need to know God better. Not more knowledge about Him, but more knowledge of Him. There is a difference between the two. Later, papakita ko sa inyo. So, biblical knowledge can be merely academic and rigorous, but somehow not edifying, not life-giving, not devout, not guileless. Very simple illustration. Kayong mga estudyante ko at naging estudyante ko nandito pa ngayon. Lagi ko sinasabi, tingnan ninyo, ito ay salita ng Diyos. Huwag lamang papasukin nyo ito, palabasin sa kabila. That's why I do not ask them, what did Ephesians say? Give the 5 points. No, I don't. Because you know why? Students will parrot that. But then when I ask, what do you mean by that? Para namang masaktan, sabi ko, kapatid, tulungan mo nga yung kapitbahay mo. Ginaganon-ganon ko na lang para But it shows. And therefore, there is that danger that not really takes place in the life of a person. I don't believe in Christian perfectionism. But you see, if we really believe, that we have a deep knowledge of God, not just about Him, yung ating pinapag-aralan sa classroom, naririnig sa chapel, kailangan maging bahagi ng ating pang-araw-araw na pamumuhay. Malungkot, di ko alam ngayon, Pero for so many years ako nandito, lalo na ako yung Dean of Men, naging President. Nakalungkot. Pag-aralan mo, godliness, pagkatapos marinig mo, nakawan sa doon. Hindi ba ito maintindihan na? Godliness, pagkatapos may immorality. Godliness, pagkatapos dinadaya ang assignment. Ay, hindi ko na dadagdagan, baka mamaya batuhin niyo ako, di ba? But you understand what I mean? Not about Him. Know Him. God is not merely interested that we know Him or we know about Him, but that we experience Him. Maybe the closest I could think of from the Word of God is the desire of the Apostle Paul in Philippians chapter 3. You know, he's already a saved person, and yet, you notice, I may know Him, I may gain Him, I may win Him, and I would like to be like Him. Tingnan mo yung gamit ng verbs, ha? Dami ko na inulit-ulit na inaarok ko yun para bumuo ko yung isang sermon na naakala ko. Talagang marating lang ako sa point na napapaiyak ako eh. Papaiyak ako una dahil nahihiya ako. Na-develop ako ng sermon na hindi kapareho ni Paul ang ating objective. So it gives me time, to just pause and of course, let the Lord take care of myself. And afterwards, develop something as the Lord leads me. Imagine mo that I may know Him, the power of His resurrection, and then the fellowship of His suffering, being made conformable unto His death. That's a tremendous statement. Madali, tayo, di ba? Marami sa inyo, yun ang inyong theme verse eh. Pero kung totoo talaga yan, mabigat yan. Pag sinabi mo yung mga power, masaya tayo dyan. Pag sinabi mo na fellowship in His suffering, nako, sir, hindi po ako bagay dyan, sila nila. Wala. Christian life is not just like that, But anyway, we think little rather of what He is like, what He expects of us, what He seeks in us. We are not captured by His holiness and His love. His thoughts and His words captured too little of our imagination, too little of our discourse, too few of our priorities. And I quote one author, our doctrine must shape our life, and our life must adorn our doctrine. End of quote. Our knowledge of God determines